Hello, 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 everyone. This is Christine Bertram, and I'm coming to you live from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I am not in my studio anymore, so I can't say that. If you notice, I'm actually in, I call this my back bedroom nook. It used to be a bedroom, and the previous owners to me, who had owned it before me, they actually wanted to expand the bathroom and make the bathroom bigger. So they went into this room, and there used to be a closet back there apparently, and now that's part of the bathroom. So I'm in this back nook area, and it's probably like a lot of craziness going on, and that's okay. This is what I have to work with for the next few months, because my goal is starting at the end of August to early September, I will be live in the new hive, quote unquote, the she shed. So yay, 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 yay. So I'm just gonna give you girls a second here to pop on. This is my first official live. After going back to the working in the office world. I've been working from home now since it was like March, the middle of March 20th or something. So it's been a little bit crazy for me. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Kathy. Angela's on as well. You girls missed me. I missed you too. It's so crazy. I went into Friday's Facebook Live thinking, wow, hi, Bobby. I went into last week Friday's Live thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to be almost a whole week before I go live and interact with you girls again. Hi, Jolene. How are you doing? Hi, Elaine. I am looking lovely this evening. Thank you, Elaine. I'm all duded up is what I call this. This is my working girl look. Hi, Mary and Nina. So this is my working look. This is my third day in, and I went back on Tuesday. Gloria's joining us from Missouri. Yay! So I did officially go back into the office on Tuesday. Hi, Jay. And I had 3 full days, and this morning I woke up and I thought, I think I need to take a vacation day tomorrow. Already, yes. I had a 3-day weekend last weekend because of Memorial Day, and now I have a vacation tomorrow. I did it for a strategic reason. My concrete is being poured tomorrow. Jay, I got your swap cards. They are amazing. I cannot wait to show everybody. I'm going to save it for a special occasion when I have some more swap cards. Hi, Diane. You rock, Diane. Thanks for dropping off my goodies in the honey pot and picking your stuff up. So I was very strategic about taking off tomorrow. I have the concrete being poured. And hi, JM. You're in Wisconsin Rapids, Jan. Yay. Okay, so you go by JM on your Facebook page, but it's Jan. My Aunt Marge lives in Wisconsin Rapids. Yay, you are new to my group. So my aunt is Marge Haas. She's married to Jim Haas, and they reside in Wisconsin Rapids. It'll be a very small world if you know them, Jan. Yay. So tomorrow the concrete is being poured. So girls, I know I have promised pictures of this project, and I was waiting because what I want to do is I want to send on a Facebook post a sequence of pictures. I want to start with what it looked like with the garage, and then what it looked like with the garage down, and then what it looked like with it all busted up, the concrete gone, and then with the walls being built. And so I wanted to post about 10 or 13 or 15 pictures, and then my final picture is going to be with the slab poured. Girls, it's about 1,700 square feet of concrete that's being poured tomorrow. Oh man, they are professionals. The best decision I ever made with this whole entire project was going forward with Mark Cardinal for my concrete. He's based out of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. His son is doing the flat work, and Brett did the wall, and they did phenomenal work so far. So yeah, Jan, you know Jim. Yeah, small world. So Jim is my mom's older brother, and they had 3 in the family, and it was my mom, Jim, and my Aunt Pat. And I never got to meet Pat because she passed away when she was 18, so that was about 50 years ago. So yeah, it's small world. So that is why I took off tomorrow. But the other reason I took off tomorrow, girls, is because I signed up for a swap, and I signed up for 2 of them, and I just looked at the due date, and the due date is June 2nd, and those swap cards need to be in Michigan on Tuesday. And I know that Bobby can attest to this. The mail in Michigan has been atrocious. And I'm starting to fret about my swap cards getting there in time. So I took tomorrow off to be here for the concrete people and to work like a little busy bee, making 42 swap cards that need to be in the mail by 5:30 tomorrow night so that they will arrive by Monday or Tuesday on time. So yeah. So that's exciting stuff. So I am very, very looking forward to having that slab done. I'll tell you girls, I was a little bit nervous about that, and my goal was to have it done. Hi, Brenda. Wow, you're joining from New York. That's awesome. You're new to my group too. So we're going to have a fun time putting Paper Pumpkin together tonight. So yes, the concrete was a big thing to get that all done. We've been working at it for at least a month now with all the different stages. And on Monday, all the materials for the framing are going to be delivered. And so they're going to start building on Monday. Yay! Happy dance if I could right now. So super exciting. So as you girls start to roll in, hi Judy, you're joining. You must be on lunch break. So I am thanks for the good luck, Judy or Elaine. I definitely need it. So that's an update on the project. I always have a little note here of what I want to go through so you girls get some little updates what's going on. So just a reminder too, I know some of you girls are really good at it and I always forget to mention it, but I definitely wrote on here to remind everybody to like, comment, and share. So yeah, we do our best under pressure, Jay. We sure do. That's how we operate. So the liking and commenting and sharing, and you girls are so great about the commenting and the liking, and I love it when you girls share it. That's how I'm growing my lovely group of stampers and demonstrators and people that follow that love to be inspired and make creative things. So that's exciting. Hi, Rhonda. So the other thing too is I always like to remind you that orders are always so greatly appreciated. I know you have a lot of choices with who you can shop for arts and crafts, supplies, or other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, but I truly do appreciate every order that I get. Thanks for sharing, Diane. And I do have an ordering special for tonight. My cousin Kelly, who is fabulous, she is my best marketing assistant I could ever ask for. Hi, Katie. She is like, are you going to have an ordering special tonight? And I said, oh, I should. So at the end of the pumpkin presentation, I'm going to give you what my ordering special is for tonight, because it's always nice to get orders. It helps me to be able to do these free classes for you. I love sharing it, and it also helps to support my habit and my hive, right? I got to pay for this puppy. So those orders help keep me going, so I truly appreciate that. So the other thing too is I want to let you know that I have one more online class tomorrow. And this is something completely new to me. It's called a mystery card making event. And at the end of the pumpkin, I'm going to go into detail about that too. I know that there are about 64 people who have marked going. So that's super exciting. That's probably like my biggest one ever. I had my game night last week and I probably had just over 50 people on that. So thanks for sharing, Dawn and Lisa and Bonnie. You girls rock. So I have here my little sheet here to remind you about the game night that we're having tomorrow. The mystery card making event is going to be fun. So I'll go through all those details at the end. And then I also will, when I flip my screen down, I want to show you I've got my class schedule done. And I also have a scavenger hunt. It's ready to go, girls. So I will show you that. And just to remind you too, I'll remind you at the end, but this is May's Paper Pumpkin. And you can still sign up to get the June Paper Pumpkin. That one, the subscription period is till June 10th. And just know though, the May one sold out by May 27th or what month are we in? We're in May. So the May one was sold out already sometime the end of April. It was the 28th or the 29th. And the June one is so super cool too. So it might run out. So I don't want anybody to miss out on that. So Jay says I'm rocking it. Yay, I love to. We all love rocking it, right? So, okay, so I'm going to flip the camera down. Oh, one more thing I got to tell you before I flip it down. So I'm going to do alternative card today with the Paper Pumpkin kit. So this time I had to open it up. So last month was a little stressful on me, not knowing what was in there. I didn't open up the plastic per se, but I did want to open it up. So I had my spot out because I needed to use the spot. Girls, I had my first live in-person class last night. I had the Fun Folds class live. We had 9 people, which was awesome. Everybody did a phenomenal job. It has been the first live class that I have had since March. I'm just like rolling my eyes, like 20 something. it went fabulous. Everybody was so ready to get back into being with each other and stamping together. Oh, it was just incredible. And so I have another in-person class with the Fun Folds on Saturday and also on Monday. So super fun, girls. We had a great class. So it was exciting. It was really good to be back together with people. And it's just something about being socially distant with people is really hard. So it's nice to be back together with you girls. But this is also fun. I am in a room by myself, but I am with you girls. I'm watching your comments, and so it's so exciting and engaging to be with you too. So, all right, thanks for sharing, Katie. I really appreciate it. And Brenda's excited for the mystery card night. That's awesome. So it's going to be fun. All right, girls, I'm going to flip you down, and this is what I've got for you. So I know that, Judy made the cards last night. She said they were awesome. They were great. So I know that there's a bunch of new girls that are following me in the video right now. And just know that I do my live classes in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. But since this whole pandemic, have been doing Facebook Lives ever since March 23rd. And I've put together a whole schedule where I know it's hard to see this right now, but I will email this to you. My email address is I'll put it right here. It's chrismbertram@msn.com. chrismbertram@msn.com. If you want to send me an email, I will email you my schedule. And it's got everything on here for June and July and August. Oh my God, you're thinking that's a lot of stuff. Yes, I am a little bit crazy, and all the girls will laugh right now and give me thumbs up because I'm a little bit crazy when it comes to getting us together and stamping because I love to do it so much. But if you send me an email, I will send you my class schedule. Every Thursday night through the end of the summer, I will be doing a live class. The last Thursday is always going to be Paper Pumpkin. And then come next week, we're doing Fun Folds Live. The following week, we're going to be doing an in-color class. After that, I do my monthly class, and I always post pictures ahead of time. Hi, Sue. Thanks for sharing. I always post pictures ahead of time, and just know that I do online classes that if you want to just watch it, it's free. But if you would like to get the card kits, I will definitely pop them in the mail. It's usually only like $3 to mail the kits out. So then you can make cards along with me. So just know you can email me at chrismbertram@msn.com. I'll send you the schedule. And then also, girls, those that have been stamping with me for a while know every new catalog. I do a catalog survival, a scavenger hunt. I almost said survival kit. I do a scavenger hunt. Hi, Soledad and Isabella. So I do this as a fun way for you to become a customer acquainted to the new catalog, girls. This is the beautiful new annual catalog. Bonnie and Cheryl hooked me up. They took it into Staples for me, and they had it bound for me, spiral, and they had a clear plastic page put on. The next thing I like to do is I like to put tabs on the side where different things are so I can find things easily. But this is the new annual catalog. If you do not have a demonstrator that you work with, or you are not a demonstrator and you need one of these beautiful catalogs, please also email me. I'd love to help you get a catalog. I provide them free to my customers who ordered with me. And if you haven't and you'd still like one, then I just charge shipping and $3 for the catalog, but then I give you a coupon for the value. So like Jody just wanted one, and so she paid me $8, but I put a coupon in there for $8. So when she places her first order, then she's basically getting her money back, and it's still free. So yeah, Chris is definitely multitasking. Chris was here last night making cards, and so she's making a card that she needs for tomorrow. That's awesome. So just know that the scavenger hunt has 21 questions on it, and it's going to help you learn the new catalog. I can email this to you. I have paper copies for those that want to come in person to get it. And I'm not just giving away one $10 gift certificate. I'm going to give away a few $10 gift certificates. I used to give a $20, but I'm going to divide it up into 10 and maybe give 3 of them out. And some of the questions on the scavenger hunt are tricky. So Dawn, that leads me to my next comment. The scavenger hunt is never meant to cause you stress, hardship, lack of sleep, or hatred towards me. It's meant to help you see things you would never have seen before, to have like aha moments, and to be like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I would never have seen that. So that's the whole purpose of the scavenger hunt, girls. So anybody who would like this, you can reach out to me and I'll make sure to get one to you. So that's a little bit about that. All right, so I'm gonna take the catalog away, girls, just to give you one little look at it. So, all right, girls, Paper Pumpkin. So this is the paper pumpkin. Isn't it pretty? So I did admit the last month I took off the plastic in front of you, and that was a little stressful not knowing what was in here before I did the last one, but this was the beautiful box that came, and it features the new in colors. The in colors are Magenta Madness, Just Jade, Bumblebee. There's also Misty Moonlight, which is the ink spot that's in here. And then the other one is Cinnamon Cider. And just so you girls can get a sneak peek at those colors, these are the 5 colors for the new ones. Magenta Madness, Bumblebee, Just Jade, Cinnamon Cider, and Misty Moonlight. Yes, Dawn, you got it. Never hatred or madness. So yes, those are the new in colors. And so I have already opened this up, but I did not open this up. So I want to shout out, girls, give me a thumbs up or a heart. Are you working on the paper pumpkin with me tonight? Or are you watching? Or I know Chris is working on something else. But this is the box. It always comes with tissue paper. This one came with pink tissue paper. Normally it's yellow, I think. This is a little sneak peek at the next paper pumpkin. It's called Box of Sunshine, and it's inspired by Sarah Douglas, who is Shelley Gardner's daughter, who is now the CEO of Stampin' Up! And she has been having this motto since this all happened: spread sunshine and happiness. And if you girls, I tell you, I've been doing the same thing, and I've been putting little hearts and suns in all of my cards because I want to spread love and sunshine too. That's what that's all about. So for this one, you have to subscribe by June 10th. And just know, though, that there's a possibility that it might sell out early. So if you're on the fence about it, you can always sign up for it, and then you could always cancel it on the 10th if you decide you don't want it. If you sign up for it, you're not billed until June 11th. And this right here, this sun, I am really hoping that that is a stamp. I would love it if that was a stamp, because I would stamp that on every envelope of every card I send out. So, okay, so that's a little bit about that. And then what they're doing on this one is celebrating in color. So we just went over all those in colors. Hi, Brianna. I hope you're doing good. You rocked those cards you made from game night last week. They are amazing. Kathy, you're making yours tonight. Great. Elaine's just watching. I think Stampin' Up! Like Stitch. Oh, just like you. That's funny, Angela. Oh, man. So every pumpkin comes with a set of stamps. And this set is called Oh Happy Day, Hey, it's got You're Amazing. And then these little weird looking things are actually, they look like they're rainbow pieces. And then there's things like little dashes that come out to make, you can make a sun. And then there's little like plus signs and stars. So very cool. The other thing too, I have a lot of new girls that are watching. I just want a disclaimer too that I use an app called Switcher Studio. And it has happened 5 times in the last, how many weeks have we been doing this? 8 weeks or 9 weeks, that sometimes my camera freezes. I don't know why, but if it happens, I log out and I log right back into to the Cards by Christine page. So here's what we're doing, girls. This is a little bit like crazy for me. So this is called A Kit in Color, and so this one's awesome. Girls and guys that do the paper pumpkin, everybody seems to love full size cards. So you have 4 of this style, 4 of this one, 4 of this, and they have matching envelopes for the inside. And so when I do a Facebook Live, I do generally always give away something. So what I'm going to give away tonight is one of each of these cards to somebody who's watching, and I'll pop it in the mail to spend some love and happiness to you. So you can throw away your plastic, and always know that when you get this, this is your instruction sheet. So this opens up and it tells you what to do. So I did look ahead a little bit on, there's Facebook groups for Paper Pumpkin that you can join to give you ideas on other alternative cards as well. So that's always cool. So what do we have here, girls? This is like me seeing this for the very first time too. So did you ever remember in school when they tried to have you read recipes or directions? The purpose was to read everything and then start, versus doing one thing, then the next thing, and then you miss things. So basically what it's saying here is, I know you can't read it, but it says stamp the sentiments on the die cut labels and the largest cloud. So I'm gathering what we're going to use here, the Misty Moonlight ink. Hi, Lisa. I have your tulle ribbon for you. I'll be popping that in the mail for you. And then, so we're going to stamp some sentiments on the cloud and these labels. Then adhere the printed die cuts, largest and smallest clouds, and vellum pieces to the cards using adhesive dots. So the paper pumpkin comes with pretty much everything that you need to make these cards. So when we open this up, we get a sheet of the dimensionals that are the big ones. We get the glue dots, and Bonnie absolutely hates these. So I have a stack of these in my house that are called community glue dots. There's also some twine in here. It's melon, oh, I was gonna say melon mambo, but it's actually the magenta madness. And then we also have here some adhesive. Look at these. Oh my gosh, they're so fun. So these are Just Jade, the Misty Moonlight, and the magenta. And I don't know what color this one is. It looks like a light pink color. And then, all right, so those are some of the fun things in there. Then we got our card bases and then envelopes. I was trying to get to the labels here because this is talking about, we're gonna stamp on our die cuts and labels. So it comes with all these pieces that are die cuts and labels. So these look like they're just gonna get layered. Here's our labels for stamping on. Here are some big clouds and another label. So that's what it's talking about in this step. We want to do our stamping on that. And then adhering vellum to our bases, hide the adhesive behind the clouds. That's a really good trick for vellum. Adhere labels and medium clouds, and then tie bows. Okay, so I've read the instructions. I feel good about that. How do you feel? How do you girls feel good? You doing good? So my brother got his stimulus check. I'm going to set this up here like this. So my brother got his stimulus check. My brother lives in Stevens Point, and he got his stimulus check, and he said that he was told by the president and everybody that he was supposed to support the local economy, which is a great thing. Oh, that's Purple Posy. Lisa says that's Purple Posy. Good deal. So my brother calls me and says, Chris, you're my loving sister. I would like to support you and your small business. So my brother bought the May paper pumpkin. So he might be joining us. I'm not quite sure. My brother's Tom, and he's my little brother, but he was my best friend. He still is my best friend. I just don't see him as much as I used to. But we did a lot of stuff growing up together. And so he supported me. He gave me $100 order and bought one of the things was a paper pumpkin. So that's exciting. So do you see what I'm doing here, girls? I took all of these sheets and I am popping out these pieces all at the same time. You might have taken and done them one by one, but just know if you hold them exactly together, they kind of just pop out as a whole packet. So if you want to, I had an idea. You could save this. This is me being frugal, but you could take this and use this as a mask for sponging. So let's pretend you have a piece of paper and you have this laid down, you tape it down, and you could sponge on here with blue, and you would get a really cool outline of a cloud. So that's what I see if you want to save this die cut part. Most people would throw this in the garbage, and I almost did, but then I saw that you have a template here for a really super cool cloud. So just know that's what you can do with that if you don't want to throw it away. Okay, so we've got our pieces here, and let's see. The other thing I like to do is layer things out. So here's some more die cuts, and there's a piece in here that is for our yellow. I missed one over here. So we've got yellow labels, and yeah, my brother is awesome. He is super, super awesome. He's a gym instructor up at the gym up in Adventure Sport Park up in Stevens Point, and he's been so sad because he hasn't been able to go in and help people. So he gets up and does exercising at 6 in the morning with people. So, all right. So here we've got some more pieces. So if you look at here, these are the pieces that go with this card and then this card. All right, so that's those. So, and my goal for tonight is I'm not gonna make all of these cards with you. My goal is to make one of each of them with you. So, all right, so look at these insides of the envelopes. These are super cool. And I just realized that this card is actually not a regular size A2 card. It's actually a note card size. So that's a little bit different. I had said that they were all the same big sizes. So here's, oh my God, it's Purple Posy. And then we got our I don't know, orangey color. So those are the cool envelopes. So I'm gonna set those off to the side. And you've got your card bases now. So this one's, I'm gonna save one of these out. And then we also have here these guys. So we're gonna save one of these out. And this is the Just Jade. Oh, so pretty. Hi, Mary Carls. All right, so, and then here we have some vellum pieces. So this vellum goes on the card. So I'm just organizing, girls. So we have our pieces for when we work on the card. So I do want to give you a little heads up. I'm going to make a shaker card for you tonight. I took some of the stuff that I saw from a Facebook picture and I'm like, oh, let's make a shaker card. So we're going to start with this one first, girls. So we have our Just Jade base here. And this one uses one of the rainbow pieces here. It uses this piece here for the Oh Happy Day. And it just takes a little bit of stamping. So all right, we're going to use on here, Oh Happy Day. I'm seeing love hearts come through, girls. Yay. Okay, so grab a block. So just know that the blocks that I'm using tonight are not the blocks that come with your paper pumpkin. The first time that you subscribe to a paper pumpkin, you get a block that is the size of this block, but it's not as thick. It's actually a little thinner. I'm pulling out my piercing mat here, and you can see I used this for game night last week, and I didn't change the paper. So when you get the little Stampin' Spot, what I did is I took my piercing tool and I cut this open, and I actually left one side attached because I felt like I would lose the cover or the cover would fall off if I took it off. So, but you girls are welcome to do whatever you want. I'm also going to be giving away this little spot tonight so that some lucky winner will get the Misty Moonlight little Stampin' Spot before it's even available. So, all right, so we're going to stamp this right in here. So what's awesome about the paper pumpkin kits is they always give you photopolymer stamps. And I'm stamping at an angle here. I usually put my head right over the top of it, but I didn't want you gals to see the top of my head. So when I stamp, I generally give it time to soak into the paper. So I'm actually leaving this on here for a second and then pulling it off. So I find that sometimes when people stamp really fast like that, it doesn't allow the ink to really soak into the paper. So that's why I gave that a couple extra seconds. I get that question at class, why do my cards always look so nice? I give time for the ink to soak into the paper. Okay, so we have Oh Happy Day. Oh, Arliss, you're starting to get the itch to buy the paper pumpkin again. That's awesome. So grab your bone folder, and what you're going to do is burnish the edge. If you don't have a bone folder, I have seen people take their edge of their scissors and use their scissors. Yeah, Lisa, these paper pumpkins are getting better and better. Oh, Bobby, you're looking for information on card swaps. So why don't you send me a message afterwards, and tonight or tomorrow or this weekend I can give you some information about card swaps. So here we have the rainbow piece, and this is going to get adhered onto here. But before we do that, we have to make sure we put the ribbon on. So you can see there's a little, well, actually there's just a little bow on there. But I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to wrap it around there. So girls, remember, these are your cards. You can do whatever you want to make them how you see them. And you don't have to do exactly how the picture is. So I'm going to actually switch this up a little bit. I'm envisioning putting a little bit of ribbon or twine around it. So I'm using the Terran tape. And I'm going to have it start on the back here and right at the base of the rainbow and down here. And here's my trick. I'm going to come around here. I'm going to make a little loop just like that. So I'm not wrapping it all the way around because I don't want to waste any ribbon back there because you don't see it. And then I'm going to come right there, grab my ribbon scissors or throw it at myself and flip that back. Hi, Naughty Nancy. Hi, Linnea and Sedona. Kathy Beck's watching too. You girls rock. So here's what I did. I put a couple pieces of ribbon, or just one, and I just put it so it wasn't all the way back there. So now I have it pretty much prepped. And now what I'll do is adhere this to the front of the card. So this is Terran tape. It's double-sided tape. You can use it like regular tape if you don't pick off the wax. So like right now, I'm not going to pick off the wax. I'm going to leave that covered up because I'm going to use dimensionals to pop this up like this. And people ask how many dimensionals you should use. Girls, that's a personal preference. It's really how many do you feel like it needs. So I would think that that's more than satisfactory. but if you're worried about it sagging in the middle, there's plenty of dimension. They gave you a whole sheet of them, girls. You can use them up. So the trick with these two is I press down so that they're sticking really good, and then the paper picks up a lot easier for me. If you don't have nails like I do, this pick tool also works as well. You just kind of wedge it right in there and the paper starts to lift up, and I just revert back to nails, but I showed you there how the pokey tool can work. All right, so now what we're gonna do is adhere this to the front of our card, and I just eyeball it. My trick with using stuff that's popped up is I set it there until I know where I want it, and then if I don't like it, I can always pick it up really easily and reposition it. If you put it down and press down on it like right away, then if it's crooked, you have a hard time pulling it up. So there you go. So that's that part like that. Looking good. Simple, simple, easy. And then girls too, the other option is if you don't want to pop this up, you don't have to. I know that some people don't like to pop things up as much because of mailing them, but I love to pop things up. And once you pop, girls, you know the saying, you can't stop. So I'm going to use a couple more dimensionals on my little guy here, my little Oh Happy Day banner. And okay, girls, I'm a in the middle, up and down, straight kind of person, but if you're not, you can do things however you want. Honestly, if you see that up there, you can put it up there. That's you having a personal preference. All right. So I have this tool. It's called a bow maker. Compliments of my fabulous Kathy Miller. I am getting another shipment of them from her for for like 10 of them are coming in very, very soon. So I use a bow maker. I never tie bows by myself. Well, I'm by myself, but without a bow maker helping me. So I'm just going to, a fork works too. My friend Yvette showed me a picture of how she tied a bow with a fork. So that works too. So what this is doing is helping me make a bow. And I did wrap it around twice. So I got 2 bunny ears. And the reason I did that is because I have 2 threads here. So that will match very nicely, the double and the double. So you like the tip for saving material with the bows, right? I know, Arliss. So I'm gonna put this bow somewhere over here. So I'm putting a little glue dot right underneath where the bow is going to go. And if you need to trim your tails, you definitely can. Just depends on if they got too frayed or not. So we're just gonna go like that and like that. So I like to be very conservative with my things. Like I only threw away that much of that ribbon. So that's how it's awesome for a bow maker. So, okay, we're not done quite yet, girls and boys, if anybody out there is a man. So here we have our little fun epoxy shape. So here's my trick for opening up stuff like this. I don't like to open things up that have these things like this, because then that sticky goo gets all over. So you will find that I always open things up on the side like that, and that allows me to slide these in and out without having to work with that flap. So I'm just gonna pull this up real quick and see kind of where they are. There's one of each color, it looks like. So, oh, these are so fun. Oh my goodness. You girls, you have these at home? They're like puffy stickers. Oh my goodness. Okay, grab a blue one over, where are we gonna put this blue one? It's half on, half off. That's not cool. We're gonna put it there. And then we're gonna grab a greenie and we'll put a greenie, where should we put a greenie? Up here. How about right there? Okay, maybe not. We'll save the greenie for later. You know, sometimes less is best too. All right, girls, wasn't that easy? That's our first card. Like, that's what's so cool about Paper Pumpkin. If you need a quick card in a flash, like this is the perfect card. You could make this into a birthday card, a thank you card, a thinking of you, a get well card, even like it could, not a wedding card maybe, but it could be a good luck over the rainbow type thing. Hi, Kathy. Yes, it is storming. Oh man, yes, it is storming. I think that the video is working though just fine for me. I haven't seen it not working because I watch it along on Facebook, but you might have issues with the internet somewhere too, and I hope that you can catch it, maybe a replay of it later too. So girls, that's it. There's the first one. Give me some thumbs up. Oh, your video keeps pausing. Okay. Oh, you too, Sue. Oh, Nancy. Oh, okay. So I'm watching you girls. This is what I do. I have my Facebook up here and I'm watching your comments come through, and I watch the video like a hawk so that it doesn't pause or stop. So, oh, there it just paused. And then it started again. Okay, so we got one card done, girls. Yay. All right, so let's work on the next one. We're going to be using this little one here in the middle. It's called You're Amazing with the purple posy. Oh, you too, Mary. Okay, well, hopefully you can catch the gist of what I'm doing. So here's our little purple posy. Grab your bone folder and burnish the edges. And this card is a horizontal card, so you just got to be careful if you would go to stamp the inside here that you make sure you put it horizontal. Okay, so this one, if you look at this, it uses one of these vellum banners. It uses one of these labels, and then it also uses one of these guys. I got too much stuff going on here. This one right here. So that's what we're going to be doing next. So let's get this stuff out of the way. So I'm thinking that what's happening here is this is just going to get glued on here flat, and then we have this banner. So girls, this is called vellum cardstock. It's a translucent paper that it lightens the cardstock. It just adds a little bit of depth behind it. Stampin' Up! Sells these in a pack of, I can't remember if it's 20 sheets, but it's 8.5 by 11 is how it comes. And then that will go on here, and then they've just banner punched the end here already for us. And then we have our little label. So I'm going to grab the piercing mat. So a little bit about the piercing mat, girls. The piercing mat, and you girls, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but it was in the annual catalog for $5. And I think that there's a new one that's coming out that is going to be replacing it. So that I use it because when you have a photopolymer stamp, there isn't foam on the stamp. When you have a red rubber stamp, that foam provides the extra bit of cushion that you, I'm looking for the stamp, so there. It provides the extra bit of cushion so that you get a nice, evenly stamped image. So when you don't have that, oh yeah, there are lots of cute alternative ideas. I'm going to show you one of them. So when you don't have the foam on here, it's really good to use something like a foam mat. A mouse pad even works too if you don't have a foam mat. You could use a foam mat underneath, and it really helps to get you a good stamped even image. So like this mat I have, this I have underneath here, it's pretty smooth, but there are little bits of divots in there, and so you wouldn't get that stamped very good and even. So I'm just patting my stamp here with the Misty Moonlight ink, and there is a top and a bottom to these labels. This back side has a more rough edge, and the smooth side is what goes on the top. And it's really funny, Angela Tucker watches, and she always teases me about, I'm just going to ink this up one more time. She always teases me about stitching, and this one has stitching on it. Yay. So, all right, let's see what happens with the stamping. So I noticed that, oh, there it goes. Perfect. So there is a super, super cute alternative idea that uses this paper and it makes a bikini. Did you girls see that? I think when I'm all done, I'll pull it up on my phone because I took a screenshot of it and I saved it. It was so awesome. So I'm going to clean this. So girls, hi Karen. This is called a Stampin' Chamois. It's just wet, and it's a great tool to have to clean off your stamps like that. It's always a good habit to clean your stamps right away. All right, so now we have You're Amazing done, and we're gonna just work on assembly. So I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do this bow as well. So it looks like this is just glued down. So my poison for adhesive is liquid glue. I like it because it allows you to wiggle around. No, Kathy, Stampin' Up! Doesn't have, oh, so Kathy just asked about vellum. and she just asked if Stampin' Up! Has different colors of vellum. And they do. I almost was going to tell you no, but they aren't. I don't know if they're going to going forward, but so look at me. I have my tabs all on here. So Kathy, just real quick, go to page 169 in the annual catalog. They have Perennial Essence Vellum in 3 colors: Old Olive, So Saffron, and Petal Pink. That is being retired though with the new catalog, and honestly I haven't checked to see if there is new vellum, but lots of gals that are watching have seen the new catalog. They're on my team or their fellow sideline demonstrators. They can tell you if there's new vellum cardstock coming. So do you see what I did here? I just put a little bit of liquid glue underneath the area where the label's gonna go. I didn't put it all the way to the end. Hi, Mary. Okay, so we're gonna put this, and I'm gonna line it up with this paper that has the edge of the vibrant colors. That's what I'm going right here. So all I did, and with liquid glue, it gives you the ability to wiggle this back and forth. That's what I like about liquid glue. All right, so that we have that now there. So what we're gonna do for the bow, we're gonna keep it simple on this one. It shows just a bow on the side here, and I think I'm gonna do something very similar. So what I'll do though on this label is I'm definitely gonna pop this up with some dimensionals. I'm going to use 3. So Linnea and Sedona, you're watching. Are you girls working on your paper pumpkin right now with me? I'd love to hear if you are. So this is gonna go right here, and that's popped up. Grab the bow maker back, and we're gonna make ourselves a bow that's a small one again. This time, girls, I'm gonna do a triple. So I go once around, twice around, 3 times around. You go under, you go over, and then you go under. And then you just tie it in one, you just loop it one time and make yourself a tight little knot. It's not even really a knot because all I did was go through once. And then I'm gonna trim my tail here, and then I've only used, and have to throw away that little bit right there. Take your nails out if you have a bow maker and put that off to the side. And we're gonna put this little guy right up at the top, and we're gonna use one of our mini glue dots. So if you don't like the paper pumpkin mini glue dots that you get, Stampin' Up! Does sell mini glue dots in a box like this, and they come on a roll, and they are nice and gooey glue dots. Whenever I adhere ribbon onto some card front, I always adhere it with a glue dot. Okay, this one looks like it's got, oh, these things are so awesome. If you girls could touch these right now, they are puffy. It's really, just really weird. It reminds me of something I had as a child, like puffy stickers. So we're gonna put one here. Hi, Liz. We're gonna put one over on the side here to help hold our little tail down. And then I'm gonna put a purple posy one over here. All right, see? We got 2 done, girls. Isn't that pretty? It's so vibrant. Wouldn't you love getting that in the mail? So there's our second card done. Give me some love if you like that. We got these 2 done so far. Perfect. Okay, hi Pamela. All right, we're on to the third card, girls and boys. I gotta remember to say that. So here we've got our card base. So they are scored. So again, just fold that over. Grab your bone folder and burnish the edges like that. And let's see what we've got going on here. This one looks like it has the 3 sizes of clouds, and it's got the hay stamped. It's got a little piece of vellum, and we've got a bow right in the middle of the clouds. So let's grab these clouds. So we've got a little cloud, we've got a big cloud, and we've got the medium cloud. So we got a lot of cloud action going on here. All right, and then we have, this stuff is done, and we need to use the hay stamp. So let's grab our block, and we're gonna switch this around. So just so you know that the D block is what comes with your paper pumpkin, but Stampin' Up! Sells all these different sizes of blocks that really accommodate stamps better for if they're smaller. So like for instance, if you're new and you're first getting paper pumpkin, which is a great thing to do when you're new because you start to get a little collection of stamps and ink colors, but they come with these little eeny teeny little polka dot bikini stamps. And they're so little that if you would put them on a block that's this size and go to ink it up, you would end up getting ink all over. So it's always recommended. We got a little late start. Girls had dancing on us. So girls, Soledad's asking if everybody can hear the sound. So let Soledad know if you girls, if everybody else can hear the sound. So this is always better when you have a little stamp to use a little block like this. It's always good to use the size stamp and the size block together. All right. Yeah, Angela, I can't believe you waited as well. That surprises me. I feel like you'd want to get into it right away and work on it. All right. Oh, Mary, you couldn't find the piercing mat in the new book. And Angela can hear. So that's good, Soledad. If you're listening, there might be something on your end with the sound. So Mary, there's no piercing mat. I thought that's what I heard, but I thought that I also heard that there was an alternative thing that might be coming out. So no colored vellum in the new catalog. You girls are rocking it. That's awesome that you're answering all these questions for me. I love it. It's like I have assistants helping me. So we have our hay here. So again, if you girls do not like hay, then go through your stamp set archives and find a different stamp that you would love to stamp on this cloud. You can definitely make this a birthday card, a get well card, a thank you card. I'm just checking out to see which way the cloud goes, and we're gonna put hay there, cheeky right in the middle here. Yes, Brenda, this bow maker is awesome. I have them for sale for $5. Basically, that's what, so my friend Kathy Miller's friend's husband makes them. And they're only $5. I don't know where you're located though, so shipping would probably be a few bucks, but you could definitely get a bow maker in your hands if you message me later. So, all right, girls. So I noticed what was happening on this stamp is it got a little bit like splotchy looking. So I'm gonna live with it because that's what I'm gonna do. But just know that if you have that happen to you, there's markers that are gonna be coming available, and you could always take a marker and touch that up a little bit. So, yes. You got it, Jay. They would be great cards to send. So we've got our cloud stamped here, and we're going to move the piercing mat away. And let's see what we got here. We need a piece of vellum, this right here. So there's 4 pieces of this rectangle vellum that comes in the kit. That's going to go down on here. And then we're going to add our cloud layers, and we're going to make a super cool bow with it. So, all right, first things first, we're going to take the piece of vellum. Thanks for sharing, Naughty Nancy. I'm going to put a little bit of glue in the middle. Again, I'm not doing it near the edges. The thing with vellum is you do see where you glue. And let's make sure our card is right. So, have you ever put the front of your card on upside down and you made it into a trick card so that it opens like this? That happens. So, now with clouds, I like to have dimension. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I'm going to pop this cloud up single. So I'm going to prep this with a few dimensionals, and I'm going to so I call this a single stack. Okay. So single stack, and then there's a cloud in front here, and I'm going to do this with, I call it a double stack. So you're going to put your first row of dimensionals on, and then you're going to put a second one. Hi, Brenda. How's my girl doing? Did you get your catalog off your desk yet? Oh, so yeah, so girls, it sounds like the audio and the video is spotty for people. So just hang in there and stick with me. Hopefully you catch the majority of what's going on. You can read the captions. Yeah, I've been watching the captions too. So I've got a single stack, I've got a double stack, and then I'm going to make this little guy, he's going to be flat. Poor little guy. He doesn't get any dimensionals. Hi, Jody. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one on first, and I'll put that right about here. And then I'm going to put my double stack right about here. So I was careful not to put it up too high here, because if you put the double stack near the top, then it actually is going to make it a triple stack. So I put that so that it doesn't overlap too much. And then this guy, we're going to use a little bit of liquid glue. And as your glue gets to the end, just give it a couple shakes like that, and then it will come out more. And then this little guy, we're gonna tuck him up at the top like that. So I don't know, it's kind of maybe hard to see. Oh, you can see that. Oh, so Arla says that the Stampin' Up! Was not going to offer the piercing mat in the new book, but now have said they will offer it again. So that's awesome. So it must be continuing forward. So here's our clouds. You can see this one's flat, this one's one stack, and this is my double stack. So you can see there's a little bit of height. Now again, if you don't like to pop things up so much because of mail purposes, then you could keep them lower, and that's quite all right. So grab your bow maker. And I'm going to do on this one, so I noticed that there's a little bit of a knot there. I'm going to cut that off so I don't have that going on. And we're going to do a triple bow. And I'm going to do it a bigger one, though. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Now, you only get so much ribbon, girls, and you got to make it last throughout your cards if that's what you want. And again, there's so many other pretty ribbons, too, that you could incorporate into these cards. There's a really cool crushed curry ribbon that I think would complement this really nice, too. So you girls are all agreeing that the piercing mat is sticking around. So that's awesome. So Kathy Jackson, I know you're watching, that you were right. You had mentioned something like that as well. So good deal. So grab a mini glue dot, and I'm going to put that right in the corner here. And that's going to be kind of tucked in between these clouds. All right, you girls don't see me usually wearing rings. I'm all duded up from work today. I got earrings in. I'm wearing a necklace. You girls get me with makeup on, and life is good. All right, so here we have our little bow. I'm trying to get this little tail to come out. There it is. All right, so maybe I put that up just a hair too high. And we're going to look at this real quick. So we have 1, 2, 3 of these little puffy things on here. Brenda, are you putting your paper pumpkin together right now? That would be awesome if you are. There. And this one has on it a blue one up here. Looks like a pink one over yonder. And we're going to do a greenie over here. So there we go, girls. I'm not so crazy about my little bow. It doesn't like to stay. So here's me being, get this bow. Show it who's boss, girls. Get that bow to go where you want it to. All right. So there it is. Yay! Hey girls, that's what this card reminds me of. How are ya doing? And you're amazing, and oh, happy day. Now that wasn't so crazy, was it? There's such, like, the colors in these cards is what make them so amazing. Oh, I love these little puffer things. They're just so cool. So yay. All right, so girls, that ends the 3 different cards that the pumpkin comes with. Now, again, you get 4, 4, and 4. So for you that are watching, that are making your cards, you can keep on working on them. It's always fun to finish a paper pumpkin and to move on to the next thing and finish something out. But, oh, you got your catalog today, Linnea. Yay! So that's awesome. So Linnea just asked me if she got her catalog. If I was mailing it to her, and I think you just asked me that yesterday, Linnea. And Judy got her catalog today, Judy Foskey. So, all right, girls, this is what I got. So bear with me. I don't have a card designed. I have a card in my head. So let's see here. I'm going to make a shaker card for you, right? Give me a thumbs up if you want to see a shaker card. I've got a few scraps here. So what I did is I looked on Pinterest and I looked on Facebook. There's a Facebook group called Paper Pumpkin something something. And I found an idea. So here's what we got. I've got some Whisper white paper. I've got some Magenta Madness and some Bumblebee. And I pulled out a couple pieces of Just Jade. So my idea for you is, now this requires you to use a card that I'm taking materials from this one and I'm altering it. So this is called an alternative idea. So this is our base. And we're going to fold that in half and burnish your edges. All right, so far so good, right? That's easy. Now, what I've done is I've taken a piece of Just Jade and I pulled in my favorite dies in the whole wide world. They are called Stitch Shapes. They are my favorite. Angela, you're going to laugh right now because I'm pulling out my Stitch Shapes. So I've already cut myself out a little square. So that reminds me, when you cut out the square here, the square is what has the stitching on it, and you're not going to use this. So we're making a shaker card. What's important here is that you have the window. So save this. Do not throw it away. Use it for something else. Okay? So, and I've made myself a spare in case I mess something up. So we have our Just Jade. And then what we need to do is we need to pull one of these guys. Okay? So this is our little rainbow. And we're going to see this through the back here. So I didn't know how wide this was because I hadn't opened it. So I didn't know how wide it was. So, and just in case it was too small, I brought this extra white piece because and it might work. I think it actually will be just fine. The main thing is that this rainbow is our focal point right in the middle here. Okay, so I've shown you that. The other thing that I did to this is I have embossed this. This is one of the new embossing folders. I honestly can't tell you the name. I don't have that memorized yet. But it's so cool because it adds a very, let's see if I can see it. There it is. You can see it's a very subtle background right here. So it adds nice texture and dimension to a card. So I've embossed that layer. And so what's gonna happen is this will go here, and then this is gonna go here. But the main trick with a shaker card is you have to use this clear. So Brianna wants a bow maker. So Brianna, I should have them by the time I see you for celebration on June 7th. I should be getting them next week, but if not, I can always save it too. But yes, I'll add that to your list. The main thing is that you have this piece of acetate, and I know you can't really see it well, but here it is. Stampin' Up! Sells these 2 12x12 sheets per pack, and this is what is going to create the barrier so that whatever kind of embellishment you put in it, that they don't fall out. Okay, so far, you girls with me? I saw all the fine. So for those that don't know, the Facebook Live is about 10 seconds behind me, actually. So I just saw all of the comments come through. So, okay, let's keep going here. So my main objective is I want to see what this looks like with it all white here. And then this here. So work with me, girls. I'm trying to figure this out as we go. I want to see if having a white background back there is better. And I think it will be, because what I'm hemming and hawing is that's a little bit smaller, and I don't want to see that. So I know some of you girls are going to be really sad when you see me pull this out. This is the little baby paper trimmer that you got free when you signed up to be a demonstrator back in January, March, and April. So what I'm going to cut myself is a little square that is going to be about 3 3/4, about 3.5 by 3.5. So I keep this little guy down here so that I can use him without having the big guy here. So there we go. All right, shaker card, girls. So this is going to be our bottom mats, and then this is going to go on top of it. It's provide a little bit of extra white here. And now this is going to go here. All right. So far, are you girls with me? We're just making a shaker card. All right. First things first. We got to get this clear acetate piece, this window on here. So I'm going to grab my tear and tape, and I'm going to create, what we're doing is we're creating a sandwich. So this is going to go right here. And then liquid glue works as well. My little disclaimer about that. Brenda, you don't get your shaker cards to work out. Well, hopefully watching me, you'll learn a little tip or trick that will get yours to work. So liquid glue would work too, girls. If you do liquid glue, you have to be very careful wiggling your acetate around. You do not want to wiggle it so that the acetate has glue on it and it's exposed. Okay. So, and I haven't made a shaker card, girls, in probably 4 years. I don't remember the last time I made a shaker card, but we're going with it. So I've got this prepped with some tape. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe the acetate off of my shirt. That's all I did is I wiped it off. It had some little fuzzies on it. And so this is going to go down on here like this. Okay, so I've just made a little window. It's really hard. Oh, there you can see it. I made myself a little window. And the next thing that I'm going to do is I want to make sure that this is exactly where I want it. So let's see here. I'm trying to think strategically how I want to do this. All right, so this is going to go right about there. So I'm going to very carefully glue this down. I have it kind of exactly where I want it. And I'm going to put a little glue there. And I'm just going to put a little glue here. All right, that's enough to hold that down. Now our rainbow is really the important thing to get that centered nicely. And I almost considered like adhering it to the back of this. Hi, Francie Freeberg. But what we're going to do is I'm going to prep this with a little glue along the back here. And this is what I'm going to do, girls. I'm going to hold this where I think it needs to go and kind of center my top layer. Okay, so something like that. And now I'm going to, since I'm using my liquid glue, I can move it around a little bit. My goal is that I'm trying to get that right in the middle of the window so that you see it, just like that. Okay, cool. All right, now here's where the magic happens, girls. Stampin' Up! Sells this stuff. It's called foam adhesive strips. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to have something very similar to it in the new catalog. And lo and behold, I have a chunk in here that I've cut down. That's almost pretty much the right size that you need. And so I'm going to be prepping this card by putting a little square barrier. And I'm making sure that I'm butting up all of my corners together. So I've really put them close together here. And then I'm putting it close together there. And hi, Julie Arthur. Thanks for joining. Some of you girls must have lost the connection and came back in. So I'm hoping that everything's okay. So then when I get here, I'm just going to take my snips and I'm going to cut off a little bit because I want that to butt right up to it. Okay? So what I'm doing is I'm making a little barrier so that my little goodies don't fall out. And I'm not going to waste that little piece right there. Did you see that? I'm going to use it. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to provide some extra support down here at the bottom so that it's not floppy. Okay, so you see I'm providing support all the way around, and I'm going to actually use a little bit more near the top here. And let's see here. I'm going to move that little guy over there, put this here. Otherwise, it will kind of roll, and I don't want that. And instead of having that loose there, I'm just going to use that there. So, all right. So far, you girls good? Are you with me? I've prepped this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put our sprinkles here, and then we're just going to put this down, okay? So there's a couple bits that you can do. I like to take this off and set it off to the side so that it's ready to go. So I'm taking off all of my waxy paper and getting it prepped. I'll tell you girls, there is a point here though that once you've committed, there's no going back, okay? So once you've got this off to the side, or all these picked off, you're gonna just set it off to the side for a second, right? So set that off to the side, and now I've pulled some Woven Heirlooms, the Woven Threads sequins, and I thought these looked really pretty and matched this card very nicely. So what I'm gonna do is take a handful of these, and I'm gonna put them right in the middle of my rainbow. This is your time to add whatever you want to this card. Okay, and just remember, less is sometimes best. If you put in an enormous amount, it's gonna not look so hot because it's gonna be full. These guys are the flowers for every season. They're the new little trinkety embellishments that come with that sunflower set. And these would add a little bit of extra texture in here. So I'm gonna pull in some of these. I think that's enough. I think I'll be okay with whatever this happens to be. So my trick, girls, is shut these up as soon as you're done with them. They will be a catastrophe if you do not shut them and then they end up all over your carpet. Okay, now this is the important step here. Pull up your sleeves, girls. We're gonna flip this over and you have to line this up. Really make sure your window is clean, that there's not static electricity stuff going on. Once you set this down, you have to have it exactly where you want it, straight. If you have it crooked, I'm so sorry, you're gonna have yourself a hot little mess. So I'm going at an angle here and I'm just going straight down with this. And here's the trick. Hi, Ruth. You have to press on here really good where you have your seal, where all those little guys are. Otherwise, they might leak out. I don't think that they're small enough to leak out, but I've made shaker cards with sand, with a seashell type thing, and that sand will start to leak out. And so now I'm just pressing on this really good. All right, girls, here's the magic. Yay. There's our shaker card. So, static electricity going on in there. They're sticking all over the place, but that's the gist of making a shaker card. And I noticed over here too, some of those are on top of each other and then they get stuck, but you get the drift. So there you go. Isn't that cool? That's our outline for our shaker card. So then the other thing that I was going to do was make a little banner or something down here at the bottom. I wasn't sure what colors I was going to use. I didn't know how pink was going to look, but I like the pink. So what I think we're going to do is, I have here, I grabbed some ink pads. We're going to make a banner punch on the end. So that is about 1 inch here for magenta. I think that maybe a little bit long yet. So I'm going to pop off just a little bit more. And we're going to put that down here. And I thought about having some yellow going on. So let's grab a little yellow piece. So I'm going to grab this and just trim up. I have no idea how wide this is. I'm just going with the flow. And we're going to see once what happens. We're going to make ourselves another little banner. So grab the banner punch again. And let's see what this looks like. I want to layer these banners, I think. So that's still a little long. And the sentiment, let's just go with that for now. So I'm going to do a couple little, like, I'm thinking layeries of banners. And then I've got a little bit of white here. So our sentiment with the white, let's see here. We're going to do Oh Happy Day on here. Are you girls still doing okay watching me? I see a lot of people just rejoined, so I'm hoping that maybe like by logging out and logging back in, you can, it's showing up better. Okay, so I brought down a couple other ink colors. So I don't have any other ink colors, but is there something you can use on vellum that doesn't show through? I'm noticing some of the corners are folding in because we didn't glue around the corners. Oh, so on your card, I think what you're talking about, Brianna, is like this is coming up like that, right? So what I did on the bottom one here is I put a puffy sticker thing, but up here I didn't. And on this one as well, they come up a little. You could leave them like that, but the other option for you, if you don't like that, here are your two options. What I would do, we'll get back to shaker card girls just a second. So what we're going to do is, this is for Brianna and anybody else that's curious. If you don't like that popping up, do you see how much glue I have there? I have just a little dot. Just put that little dot and then spread it out, and you generally can't see it. I mean, you can see it's a little bit darker there, but you could have put a little bit more glue to the end. So there's one trick, okay? That's what you could do. Or the other trick you could do is you have your little mini glue dots. Make sure it's flat. Do not let it bunch up on you. Take it off like that, and voila. I mean, that's another option. It's I had something on it. I think I got color underneath it, but those are two options for sticking the vellum down, okay? One is a glue dot and one is the liquid glue. Either work. And then the other option is just leaving it like this. Honestly, for me personally, I would have just left that loose like that. I would definitely go back here on this card, since I didn't know where the clouds were. I'm going to stuff a little more glue down there just to hold that one. But those are your alternatives, Brianna, in case you're curious about how to put the vellum down. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to stamp our Oh Happy Day. Doesn't that remind you of Oh Happy Days? Laverne and Shirley, maybe? Oh Happy Day. Okay, so this is going to be about this wide, and I'm thinking that will be just enough for us. And instead of putting in Misty Moonlight, we're going to use a different color, girls and boys. I think I'm going to pull in here, tear and tape the corners. So Nancy's saying you could use tear and tape too on the corners, definitely. So I thought Shaded Spruce, stamped at second strength, but there's a lot of green going on. So I think I'm going to pull in here Melon Mambo, which it's not Magenta Madness, but I think it's going to be just fine. And we're going to banner punch this end as well. Boom. And now these are the full-size ink pads, girls. I love them. The foam pad is so awesome. Ink it up really good. Okay, static cling on the acetate is what ruins yours. Oh, Lisa, that would make sense if it's staticky bad. And a trick would be to use a dryer sheet on it. Just lightly rub a dryer sheet on it. You just don't want to do anything to the window sheet to make it look cloudy. So, all right, so another trick also, girls, is when you're done stamping, stamp off a couple times, and then we're going to clean it. Girls, did you notice I got a brand new chamois for us to use, so you don't have to see it all full of black? All right, let's see what we got going on here. I had an idea in my head about layers of banners, and I'm thinking something along the lines of maybe that and a white one, and we're going to cut off a little. So in this case, just grab your paper snips and you can just snip that straight down like that. What if you wipe the acetate with a dryer sheet? Yep, I think that could work, Angela. Definitely. So, and then what we're going to do is, all right, so this card has popped up a lot already. So I'm just going to be gluing these flat. I really like to put a dimensional on the one end here, but I really feel like it might give it too much height. So we're just going to put this guy in like that. And then we're going to put this one somewhere in here too. Oh my gosh, I didn't try to make that exactly. That's not what I was really going for, but it's going to work. So, all right, grab the ribbon because we're going to put a little ribbon on the back of this. I'm going to show you what I want to do. So if you ever go over with the tear and tape, just roll it over. And I'm thinking we're just going to wrap this around a couple times like that. Find my ribbon scissors, girls. I've got a lot. So you see here I work with 3 scissors. For those that are new to me, I use a ribbon scissors, I use a paper scissors, and I use a glue scissors. All right, so Judy's loving the pink, and let's get that little guy down here. So I just wrapped that around 3 times, and I'm also going to put a little bit more over the top of this so that the ends are really good and snug. Judy, you're still watching. I thought you were on your lunch break. And what we are gonna do, girls, I can't resist. We're gonna pop that end up, and then I love to have banners blowing in the wind is what I like to say. Kind of like how your hair can blow in the wind. You want to have your banner blowing in the wind. And so we're going to put this guy right down here. And we're not done yet, girls. You know me. I love that little bow maker. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh man, why do we got the sad faces coming through? I don't know what I said to make people sad. All right. Oh no, a lot of people. What happened, girls? Oh, all right. So, and we got our little tails get cut off. And here we go. This is going to get put right there with one of our little mini glue dots. That'll go right in the middle here. Yeah, why? I don't know why everybody's got the sad faces. Angela, I'm curious too. I don't know if I said something. All right, look at this, girls. Oh man, we got a card. Wow, we got an impromptu card. Oh, we're not done. Wait for it. We can use the purple one on here. We'll put one here, and we'll put a little pink down here. We'll put a couple right there. There you go. I have a hard time doing that for lots of us. Oh, it's freezing. My video gets interrupted. I may have to come back later. Francie, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I think it's the weather. I'm guessing that it's really overcast and not so hot for the weather. So this is my first Facebook Live too in my little nook, and I'm right next to where my internet is. So I'm hoping that it's not that. We're gonna do one more. Let's just grab a blue one. No, let's not. So girls, what do you think? Are you happy with it? I promised you about 4 weeks ago that I'd show you how to make a shaker card. And so this is how you make a shaker card. You like it? And then you can stamp whatever you want in the inside. So, yeah. Oh man, more sad faces. I'm not sure, girls, but here's our shaker card. So what we did tonight is we've got the shaker card, which was our impromptu card. And we've got one each of all the other cards here. And then there's our greenie. So, isn't that cool? At least I'm not the only one with the problem. Yeah, Francie, it seems like lots of people are freezing. It's got to be the weather, girls. I can't change the weather. If I could change the weather, it wouldn't be raining right now. So here we go. So do you like them? I didn't get any thumbs up. So let's see here. I think that it's freezing, but there it is. So, oh, you girls are really far behind me, actually. I'm watching it now, and it looks like you're like way far behind. So I'm going to keep going though, because you'll catch up with me at some point. So those are our cards for tonight. So let's see what we got here. I got my little slip of paper here. I want to make sure that I show you what's going on for the mystery card making. I got to clean this up, girls. I made myself a hot little mess here. So, okay. We have for the mystery night. So I wanted to share this with you. And I have here a game night tomorrow night. It's kind of like a mystery game night. And what's going to happen is you need to come prepared. I hope that this weather is so much better than what it is right now, so that we're not freezing all the time. But you have a clue, all right? This first clue I'm giving to you. And after that, it's going to be as we go. So I'm just trying to prep you for tomorrow night that you have all of this stuff ready to go. So what we have is clue 1. And if you need to, take a screenshot of this, or in Cards by Christine, you have an event for tomorrow night. And in the details, so you have to click on the details of the event, and you can see all of this in there. So you're going to have to bring all these to you tomorrow night. Oh no, Brianna's got a shopping list of more things you need. Haha, that is funny. I love it. So you're going to have to bring with you a piece of cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, and scored at 4 1/4. You have to bring in your coordinating designer series paper, 3 by 4 1/4, a coordinating cardstock. So these can be the same color, or it could be a complementary color, depending on what your designer series paper looks like. That's 3 and 4 1/4. And depending on your, I guess, your DSP, is it vanilla or is it white? So with that, you're going to need some pieces of paper. 1 4 by 2 3/4, 1 4 by 5 1/4, and a scrap. Again, the scrap can be like, I would have like a quarter sheet of paper. And then you need to have a stamp set that has a sentiment and then an image. Now, that could be 2 stamp sets. It doesn't have to be 1 stamp set. It could be multiple stamp sets. Your object is to have a sentiment and then an image. And the image, you're going to cut that out. So it's got to be an image that you can cut out. And if you want, you could die cut it if you have a die cut that matches it. Then you'll need to have some coordinating inks and markers. So if your image, if it needs to get colored in to make it look pretty, bring some markers with you. If it's an image that you can just stamp it with the coordinating ink color, that works too. But basically you need some ink and markers for your sentiment and your image. Baker's twine or thread. You're going to need some dimensionals, liquid glue, mini glue dots, and scissors. Like, these are your core things that you always have kind of around. Like, if you have a Stella pen too, that would be great. If you have a bone folder, that would be great too. So, you know, whatever you have in your toolkit. But what's going to happen tomorrow night is we're going to start off by going over this clue first, making sure that you have everything ready to go. And it's going to be set up very similar to how we did the Facebook Live tonight. You're going to interact with me via the comments. You're going to hear me talking, and I'm going to give you, after everybody's ready, we're going to go to clue number 2. And clue number 2 is going to have you start going through stamping and cutting, not cutting, but assembly. So I'm going to walk you through making your card. The awesome thing is that this part is going to be different. So your cards are all going to look different, but they're all going to have the same layout. And so what's going to happen then at the very end is I'm going to ask you to share your card and post a photo of your creation. And I'm excited to say that I'm going to be giving away prizes tomorrow night. Throughout the event, those people that like and comment and share will be entered into a drawing. And I'm going to give away a handful of prizes as door prizes for people participating tomorrow. And then I'm also going to give out prizes for this part of it. So the card that you share, your name will be entered into a drawing. And I'm going to go live on Facebook in the near future. I'm guessing within next week sometime. Oh, you know what we should do? Next Thursday, live right before class or at the end of class, something like that, we'll do a drawing. And I'll draw all the names to give the prizes for the Mystery Night event. So, all right, girls, that's a little bit about Mystery Stamp Night and how that's going to go. Lots of prizes for that. So, oh my gosh, doesn't that look so cool? My cousin Kelly made these beautiful graphics for me. Didn't she do a great job? Don't they? I don't know if she did this on purpose, but don't they remind you of the new ink colors? They look like Misty Moonlight, Bumblebee, Magenta Madness, Cinnamon Cider. Didn't she do a great job? Okay, girls. So I think that you're finally catching up with me. I'm watching it now, and the shaker card is coming together, and there's a bow. Yay. So Francie, it sounds like you've been having this problem for several days. So it has to be something with the internet with you girls locally. I also noticed that too with my Facebook Live. Every now and then the little wheel will spin. Like it just started to do it now. So, okay. All right, girls. So I kept it under an hour and a half. That's really good. So you can always tell when I'm stamping, I'm hard at stamping, I get my shiny face on. So yay. All right. So just to recap, I told you that there would be an ordering special tonight. The card turned out awesome. You like it, Brenda? Yay. Oh my gosh, you girls are finally seeing it. Cool. So, oh my gosh, you girls love the shaker card. Good, good, good. I have not done a shaker card in class. Like, if I had to remember if Jody Monfiles is still watching, when Jody, you were stamping with us at Trista Ho's studio, that was probably the last time I remember making a shaker card was around that era. So I hope that Sue Wagner tunes in, because Sue is the one that prodded me a little bit to do because I said, should I do a shaker card sometime? And Sue was like, yes. So I had Sue in the back of my head while I was making that shaker card in my head. I had to make that in my head, girls. I made it live with you now for the first time. So I have an ordering special, and you girls are really liking this card. Cool, I love seeing the hearts. So the ordering special tonight. So I have really been going, hi Carrie, I've been starting to do more lives. Honestly, this is probably my 47th live in the last 2.5 months. And so I've determined that you girls are loving the lives, and I can't keep up with it on a daily basis because I have my in-person classes starting again. But I've devoted every Thursday night for the next 3 months to doing online classes. So my ordering special for tonight is if you use my host code, that is, I'm going to put it down here again. If you use my host code tonight and you place a $50 order, I will let you pick a free online class. An online class means you'll get the card kits from me, and then you can put the cards together with me live, or you can catch the replay. And if you put in a $50 order using the host code, I will want to just know what class you want to sign up for. and then I'll send you the kits in the mail. So I'll even cover the shipping for it. So just to get you girls to try my online classes. And it's new to me too. So I've done about 4 of them now. All of May and all of April, we've been doing online classes. That's the only option I had. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to put the camera back down and show you what your options are for online classes for June. So if you place a $50 order using the host code, you'll have to email me what you'd like for your online class. So here's the host code. And this is for the In Color class that's coming up in 2 weeks. So Lisa has a question for tomorrow night. The first line says 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4.25. Which side do we score? So it's a normal card base, Lisa. So when you have here your good point, that is very, very thorough question. When you have your 8.5 by 5.5, you want to score it right down the middle at 4.25. So when you score it at 4.25, that gives you your typical A2 card size. Okay, so you have 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25 on the 8.5 size. Good question. The 8.5 size. I will have to add that on there. So Bobby said that this was her first event with you and you really enjoyed it. Yay. So Bobby did my Poppies class. She didn't get to watch it live, but she got the card kits later. So tonight with a $50 order, if you use this host code, you can pick from these 3 classes. So this one's in 2 weeks and you would get the kits to make this card, the jade, the bumblebee, and the magenta. So you would actually get 5 cards with this one. This one's a bigger class. This is my In Color card class. So I'll give you all the supplies to make this. And honestly, it's super easy. You don't really have anything extra to stamp except for whatever sentiment you want on here. And I did lightly stamp the flowers, so they have a little pattern on them. You can't even see it in the video. But so that's one to choose from. And have to get my items set up yet. Oh, yes, Rhonda, get on that. So that's one card, okay? So that's that. I have a monthly class. Every month I do a class. Now, this one's a little bit more difficult. If you don't have the stamps, you'd have to improvise. So in this case, this one's not so hard to improvise. You would just stamp whatever you want for your sentiment. But this is my monthly June class that's coming up in a few weeks. This one will be a little bit more difficult unless you have the blossoms stamp, but you could I will die cut out the 2 layers, but because it's an online class, I can't stamp images for you. So you could get something else, sponge the background with purple ink. That would work too, and then stamp whatever sentiment. And then this one's so awesome. I love the world. I call this As the World Turns, and this is a fun fold. It opens like this. It's a gate fold. And again, simple. All you have to do is stamp a sentiment on here. I'll do all your die cutting and no embossing on these cards. So that's the June monthly class, girls. And then lastly, with a $50 order tonight with that host code, this is the Ornate Gardens class. This one's a little bit more difficult if you don't have ornate gardens, but if you have ornate gardens, you're sold. So, or you could always stamp different sentiments and flowers. So this one is a fun fold as well. Opens like that. This one is super, super pretty. Very feminine with all the wispies of the gold coming and embossing of the thanks on here. And then you got little flowers on the side. This one's a different kind of a fold too. It opens like this. Oh, there should be a white inside in there. It's back on my board. I had to pull these out real quick. Again, you've got the delicate lace edgy here and then whatever you want for sentiments. And then this guy's so fun. This is the last one. So this one has 4 cards. So again, you have a 5 card, a 4 card, and a 3 card. And if you place an order with me tonight, you can get one of these for free. You just have to email me or message me which one you want. And then when the time comes for that, when I'm prepping for that class, I'll make sure to pop one in the mail for you. So oh, so fun. Yes, Brenda, on the 8.5 side, you are right. So just looking at the comments here really quick. So, okay, so that's my ordering special for you. And I hope that some of you want to do that. It would be fun to have more people stamping with me. So, all right, girls, why fun folds this weekend. I have a full class, girls. I have 8 people on Saturday. I have 8 people on Monday night. So that's super exciting. And just a reminder too about the catalogs. If you don't have a demonstrator or you are looking for a demonstrator, somebody that will be very good to you, ask all these girls. I bend over backwards to help everybody to be crafty and inspire you to be creative. So I love sharing the love. So if you're looking for somebody to be a great demonstrator to you, I would love to be that person and earn your loyalty. So I'll help you get a catalog, and also remember the scavenger hunt and if you want my schedule, girls. So Pumpkin in June, girls, just a reminder, you can subscribe up until the 10th or while supplies last. So if you are loving the paper pumpkins and you like putting them together with me, I've committed to the last Thursday of the month is when we take some time and put our pumpkins together, because we do not need paper pumpkin box pile up, okay? Don't even ask me about my pile, but doing these with you on Thursday nights is going to help me get my pumpkins under control too. Hi, Jody. Thanks for watching. All right. So make sure you sign up for the pumpkin. If you need help signing up for Paper Pumpkin, you just got to let me know. And let's see here. If you just joined too and you haven't shared the video, I really appreciate sharing the video. And it looks like I will be seeing you girls again tomorrow night for the mystery card night. So, oh yes. So hi, Lisa. Yes. Okay. You figured that out. That makes sense. So good, good, good. Okay. Well, perfect, girls. Well, I don't have much else. It looks like right now when you watch me, you are probably, if I have to guess, about 10 minutes behind. I think that the buffering is just crazy, and so it's delayed it. But let's see here. Nancy actually messaged me. So, oh, yes, Bobby, you asked about the swap. Oh, girls, I want to show you something else, too. So I meant to do this with you. So I took a screenshot of a card, and I'm gonna share this here off of my phone. So when I see ideas, I like to save them in different pages. So I'm just going to show you something. I'm gonna flip this down, and okay, this is a card that if you think that this is fun, this is a bikini that uses this paper right here. So here's the paper, and you know what they did to do that? I'm gonna flip that like that so you can keep seeing that. They took the heart punch. I meant to tell you this earlier. Look at this. They took the heart punch and they punched out a bikini. Oh, look, you can see me in the mirror. Okay, so I'm going to do it just to show you this because I'm going to be able to work this card differently. I'm going to put clouds over it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch out a heart, and we're going to be okay. So I'm going to punch out a heart because this is what about alternative ideas is all about. What I'll do with this card now so that I don't waste this is I'm going to put an inside mat in here that's colored and pretty, and that will cover up that heart, and then I'll keep putting more clouds over that. So that's good. So, but I wanted to show you how to do this. So you have this bikini, and so you take your heart punch, you punch it out, and then what you do is I gotta look at this, girls, but you take your scissors, and this gets cut across the bottom. Oh my God, this is funny. So this gets cut across the bottom. So that's her little bikini. Now let's see how their little boobies go here. So now this, sorry, this is kind of funny. So this would be a great like card for a girlfriend. Hey girl. And look at that. So she's got lots of cleavage. Oh, this looks like it's coming a little bit more rounded like that. And this one we're going to round a little bit more. Okay, like that. Okay, so far so good. You girls with me? Look at this. We got her bikini and we have her brief or whatever, the bottom part. So, all right. So, and now what they did is we have our thread here. They used this and attached it behind here and put a little knot at the top. So you can see here in the picture. They put a little knot, let's see if the phone flips, little knot at the top, and they put one of those little things right in the middle. They put one of these little guys right in the middle of it to add a little bit of a decoration in there. So, oh my gosh. So isn't that fun? Okay, so there's an idea for you if you want to make a fun, cool card with a bikini. So, all right. Did you like that? There's another alternative idea. So, all right. All right, I think that's enough of that, Sharon, for a little while. Okay. I didn't know if you girls would like that for an alternative card or not, but I thought it was kind of funny. So it's really like, so that's what they call thinking outside the paper pumpkin box. Really, that's what that is. So, okay, girls. Well, my goal was to have it at an hour and a half, and now you know what I'm going to work on? swap cards. So Bobby, you had a question about swap cards. What you should do is when you have a free 5 minutes, just give me a call. It's so much easier sometimes to talk things through than to text back and forth a bunch. So I'm always available, and if I can't answer the phone at that exact moment, I'll call you back and we'll get it figured out. But I do a customer swap. And I have 10 amazing people that swap beautiful cards. And I know that in the beginning, you're always worried about if your cards are going to be good enough. You never have to worry about if your cards are going to be good enough or not. You're always learning and improving and making changes to how you stamp and using different things to make cards different. So just know that you always got to start somewhere, and taking that first step and making swap cards will make you better. And I know it's funny because Diane is watching now, and Diane said that she's learned a lot and she's stepped up her game because she has learned so much from what other people do for swapping with making swap cards. So yay. Okay. I think that's it now. Sorry to keep you going. And I hope you enjoyed Thursday night. So I did want to put it out there. I am looking for a catchy phrase, and I know you girls are always full of good ideas. I'm looking for a catchy phrase for my Thursday night stamping with you. I know that somebody has Stampin' Sundays and somebody's got something else, but what can we call it for Thursday? I generally call Thursday Thirsty Thursday because by the time Thursday rolls around, I'm ready for a cold beverage. And Jean Benson hasn't popped on yet, but she's my Blue Moon girl, so I can't call it Thirsty Thursday with you girls because we're not really drinking anything but water for me. So if you have ideas, I should do a little competition. If you submit an entry for what we can coin our fun time stamping on Thursdays, I'll put your name in for a drawing because then it'll help me come up with something really awesome and cool, and then my cousin Kelly can create a graphic for it. So, all right, girls. So that's what I have for you tonight. I am going to be here live at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening for Mystery Card Night. And I hope that you have all your pieces, your stamps, your inks ready to go, your adhesives and your scissors, and we're going to make a card together. So super excited for that. All right, girls, lots of sunshine and happiness to you. I love you. I can't wait to see you again tomorrow night. Have a good night. Bye.